For 2020, there's a lot of boasting coming from Ford Motor Company in regards to their trucks. They have best-in-class payload capability, they have best-in-class towing, they have best-in-class horsepower, they have best-in... You get the point. And for 2020, they now also have best-in-class horsepower and torque for a V8. This is the all-new 7.3 liter V8 for the Super Duty. Now Ford still offers the 6.2 liter V8. That is the standard engine. We also have the Powerstroke diesel, which is upgraded for 2020 with 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. But in today's video, we're going to focus on the new 7.3 liter. So this is 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. And you won't find a stronger V8 in the segment, gas V8 that is, than this right here. Now we're going to obviously drive it a little later on, but Ford claims that it optimizes for low-end torque as well as higher-end torque. Basically, this engine is for the people that might not really be into diesels. They don't have to be able to tow, let's say, over 30,000 pounds, even over 20,000 pounds, and they prefer a traditional V8 instead of a diesel. It has a new cast iron block with 4-bolt and cross-bolted main bearings, plus a forged steel crankshaft. And that equals the largest horsepower and torque output from, again, a gas V8 in the Super Duty / Heavy Duty 2500 segment of pickups. Now for people who buy a Super Duty, they obviously want to be able to tow and throw a lot of stuff in the bed. Now previously for the 6.2 liter V8, conventional towing was right over 12,000 pounds. With the 7.3 liter, with the proper configuration, of course, you can tow 15,000 pounds. Now, again, you go to the Powerstroke with gooseneck towing, it's over 37,000 pounds. Conventional towing up to 24,000. Now, the Super Duty comes available in a bunch of different trims and equipment packages. We have the XL, the XLT, the Lariat, the King Ranch, and the Platinum. We also have for 2020 the Tremor. Now our tester here today is a Lariat, but it is a base Lariat, so we don't get the nice LED strip, the running light that is, around the headlights. You have to jump up in equipment packages to get that. Another thing you don't get, which is kind of weird, is you don't get remote start on the key fob anymore. Now what Ford wants you to do is use their app Ford Pass, which we have for our Raptor, but as you can tell there, it takes a little time to get the app up, and then it wants you to hold this button to start the engine. Point being is that it's a lot quicker to do it with the key fob, although the app is great as well. You can lock and unlock the vehicle from the other side of the planet if that's something you wish to do. Now granted, if you jump up in trims like the King Ranch and the Platinum, you still get remote start on here. Now this is just a personal little gripe I have, but I figured it'd be worth mentioning before we jump inside and take it out on the road. Very nice interior though. We got black leather. Now this is a crew cab, so we've got tons of room in the back here. We got power plugs, USB ports, 12 volts, all that good stuff. Whether you buy the truck for hauling a family around, or if you have a work crew, they can definitely fit back there, as long as they're no more than 3 people. Now this is a brand new truck in stock format, stock exhaust, but it is a 7.3 liter V8. We got to do a startup. Now in regards to the interior, we do have a slightly upgraded infotainment system, at least visually. It's the already good Sync 3. Other than that, everything pretty much looks the same, at least for the Lariat and above trim level. We have an 8-inch productivity / infotainment screen here. We got the tachometer, the speedometer, and then we can scroll through this digital instrument cluster here. A lot of different personalization you can do of the settings and so on. Now you can get a Lariat with a shifter in the middle here instead of on the column like our tester. Now this frees up a lot of room here, so we got big storage space right here, 2 cup holders. We can open this up. We got micro USB and a USB port right there. A lot of room in the middle here as well. You got storage space up here. One other thing that's worth noting is this Bang & Olufsen stereo system. This is phenomenal, a lot better than the older Sonys they were using in the Ford trucks. Got the trailer brake control right here. We got the shift on the fly, and we got different drive modes by clicking right here that we're going to mention. This is normal, we got tow haul mode, we got eco mode, we got slippery mode, and then deep snow and sand mode. This basically optimizes the four-wheel drive system. Now, if this was a tremor package of the Super Duty, we would have a rock crawl mode as well. That would most likely put it in 4 low. But enough yapping about the technical features. In today's video, we're gonna mainly focus on the 7.3 liter engine. Now, obviously, we're not towing anything, which would be the proper way to do a review of this truck and the 7.3 liter V8, as it is supposed to be a alternative for the diesel engines. Now for 2020, the 7.3 liter and the 6.7 liter Powerstroke gets a new transmission, and it is 10-speed. And it is really, really smooth. Now, I am impressed by the power delivery in this 7.3. Now, Ford states that it's supposed to optimize low-end torque and high-end torque at the same time. I can't really say that I notice all that much low-end torque, but it is definitely very strong in the higher RPMs. Nothing's ever going to be able to compare with a diesel, specifically for Ford, the Powerstroke, which has best in class 1,050 pound-feet of torque. This has 475. Yeah, it pulls really, really well. It's very strong. The 6.2 liter still gets the 6-speed automatic transmission. It does not, whoa, what is he doing? Now, I'm not really a huge proponent of these transmissions with a lot of gears like this one here. The only way that I feel like it is justifiable is for trucks like this that do a lot of towing, a lot of hauling around of heavy weight in the bed of the truck, where having a lot of gears is definitely beneficial. So in this truck, yes. In just normal cars and Ford Raptors and stuff like that, no. All right, let's see here. Now, it is a little hard to explain. The 7.3 does feel like it has some torque low end, but the torque isn't really pushing a lot of horsepower until you get higher up in the power band. And for a big truck like this, and being an alternative to, you know, diesel engines, I would have to try the truck out while towing to really see what it could do in the lower RPM ranges when it comes to pulling. But I am amazed at these big trucks nowadays, how comfortable they are. And that's obviously what the buyer wants. They want it to be able to be a heavy duty, you know, work truck when needed, and then also an extremely comfortable and luxury feeling truck for long distance driving. Now, the XL starts at around $33,000, the XLT at around $38,000, a Lariat at $46,000, and so on. If you buy a Platinum, they start at around $65,000, if I'm not mistaken. So it definitely adds on the nicer you want your Super Duty to be. All right, so we're going up a long hill here. We're gonna see how it pulls. It's very interesting. It's like the faster it goes, the harder it pulls. It's very much a naturally aspirated engine feel. It's not that turbo feel for sure. Not that it's supposed to be, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I like, if I were to buy a Super Duty, it would most likely be this 7.3, because I would also want to know what I can do modification wise to this engine and see if anyone comes out with a supercharger kit. Well, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to make a little shorter review of the new 7.3 liter Super Duty from Ford. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And before we end, I want to give a special thanks to my old employer, Moon Twp Ford, for providing the truck in today's review. If you guys live in the area and you're in the market for this truck or any other kind of vehicle from Ford, that is, definitely check them out. I'll leave all their contact information in the description below. But with that being said, we're going to end today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.